Let's begin by sitting on the mat, placing the forearms onto the ground, measuring your elbows so that they are shoulder distance apart. Place the crown of the head between the palms, using the palms to fence the head. Fingers are interlocked. Lift the knees off and check for the shoulders. Keep moving the shoulders away from the ears and the neck, and then slowly start to move on your tiptoes to the closest point. Very slowly we'll begin to lift one knee off, take it to chest. Repeat and change on the other side, keeping your foot flexed and engaged. Doing this to prepare to lift up in the entire pose. When you're ready, let both feet go off. Stay here for the longest time possible. Only when you feel ready, lift one leg up, followed by the other. Keeping your legs as engaged as possible, making sure the shoulders are strong and not collapsing. Tighten the muscles around the hip and slowly bend the knees to release. Relax into child's pose for a bit. Only when you feel comfortable with this demonstration, move on to the next one. Here we will press up to lift into the headstand. Get your alignment right and then slowly get the knees off. Walk to the closest point, lifting both legs together, making sure the core is fully engaged, straightening the legs and elongating upwards to the sky, keeping the shoulders strong. Very slowly flex your feet and with control, bring your legs down. Relax into the child's pose. Rest entirely.
The first point of connection in Adho Mukha Svanasana is your hands. How do you place your hands on the mat? You have to make sure your fingers are separated and pressing equally into the floor, and try and take your legs a little more backward. So feel very strongly with your hands on the mat. Now tuck your toes. When you tuck your toes, make sure you engage your navel. So you're not letting your stomach loose, you're going to suck your stomach inside as much as you can, making infinite space between your stomach and your thighs. Now you're going to tuck your toes and slowly lift yourself up. When you lift yourself up, your focus is to lift your hips back and up. So lengthening your spine. Now try and keep your heels up and just imagine sending your hips higher up to the sky. At the same time, you're going to suck your stomach inside. So first let your body get used to this position. Now drop your head down completely. Relax your head. Do not bend your elbows, straighten your arms. Now slowly from here, if you're comfortable, just drop your heels slightly down. If your calf is tight, if your hamstring is tight, you cannot actually touch the floor with your heels. But that is okay. You have to try and keep your knees straight and keep sending your hips. That is your first focus. Stay here as long as you can. Breathe deep and long. Now, when you're comfortable, without bending your knees, without dropping your hips, without rounding your back, keeping that position of your spine completely straight, you're going to press your heels into the floor. So this looks like a V-shaped position. So don't squeeze your arms to your ears. Try and rotate your shoulders slightly outside and drop your head completely relaxed in. Now suck your navel in, lengthen your spine, and we stay here for 5 breaths. My arms are firmly rooted, my legs are touching the floor, my heel is pressing onto the mat. I'm trying to tighten my quads muscles here. So you're gonna tighten, squeeze your quadriceps in and squeeze your stomach inside, creating a lot of space between your stomach and your thighs. Slowly lift your heels up. Again, send your hips up to the sky and rotate your shoulders out and relax here. Feel your chest open. Breathe in your chest. Draw your navel in. Now slowly again go back to downward dog. You feel an immense stretch in your calf, immense stretch in your hamstrings, and your whole body starts working. After a few breaths, lift your heels, drop your knee down, point your toes back, push your hips down, and slowly come down to child's pose.
Begin with Sarvangasana. Again, lie down comfortably on your back and bring your legs all the way up, just like in Viparita Karni. So inhale, bring both your legs up and slowly bring both your legs up towards the sky. So let me show you the difference here. So for Viparita Karni, your hips were way too lower, just like this. So my chin and the chest are apart. And for Sarvangasana, the actual shoulder stand, you push your hips all the way forward and bring your chest closer to your chin and elongate the lower part of your body, creating nice inversion. So your blood is inverted here. Just keep your breath normal and hold the posture for as long as you can, strengthening your shoulders here. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and to release, gently bend your knees and bring yourself down. Take it really slow and nice and relax your legs.
Kapalabhati means frontal lobe cleansing. The literal meaning, Kapala, skull, Bhati, to shine, shining skull. So Kapalabhati is a kriya or a cleansing technique which helps you to prepare, or it is a warm-up for a formal pranayama practice. Kapalabhati uses forceful exhalations and slightly longer and passive inhalations. So when you begin your practice, make sure you understand your breathing pattern first. When you inhale, your belly should expand, chest should expand. When you exhale, your belly and your chest should relax. So before we move into the practice, if you're pregnant or on your period, you have heart issues or high blood pressure, please do not practice Kapalabhati. But Kapalabhati can be beneficial because it is an energizing cleansing technique. It helps to warm up the body. It helps to clear your sinuses, making way for a long and healthy pranayama practice. So let's begin with today's practice. You're going to start by placing your right palm on your belly. Let's understand the breath first. So as you inhale, you find that your lower belly expands. As you exhale, you find that your lower belly contracts. Make sure you're not doing the opposite, right? Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, it contracts. One more time. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly contracts. Now Kapalabhati uses short, forceful exhalations. So you're going to exhale forcefully through the nostrils and you're going to keep the mouth closed completely. Inhale. Start to exhale forcefully through the nostrils. Once you're comfortable with this exhalation, I want you to combine it with contracting your abdomen every time you exhale. Inhale, exhale and draw the belly in. You can use your palm to push the belly inwards. Make sure you're not doing the opposite here again. Inhale, let's try one more time. pushing the belly in, forceful exhalation. Once you're comfortable with the forceful exhalation combined with drawing and sucking the belly in, you're going to combine this with one more aspect. When you suck the belly in, you're also going to draw up your anal muscles. So two things are going to be combined here, drawing the belly in and drawing up your anal muscles, and forceful exhalations through the nose. When you begin your practice of Kapalabhati, keep the space between every exhalation a little longer. Try not to go too fast. Avoid this kind of a practice. Maintain a very moderate space. Inhale. This will be a perfect pace to go at. So we're going to try drawing the belly in and drawing up your anal muscles at the same time. Let's do 8 forceful exhalations, moderate pace. Inhale. Begin. Relax. When you are very comfortable with this technique of drawing up your anal muscles and contracting the abdomen and the forceful exhalation, you can start to speed it up a little bit, and from 8 exhalations we can push it to 15 or 20 or even 30 repetitions. So let's try 20 exhalations at one stretch. Take a deep breath in, let your palm continue to stay on your belly, and begin. 20. Relax. Once you're comfortable with 20 or 30 exhalations this way, you can also advance your practice by changing the arm position in which you do Kapalabhati. So instead of placing your palms on the knees or your palm on the belly, you can lift your arms up from the sides, interlock your fingers above the head, and do the same practice. Exhale and bring your hands down. If this is also very comfortable for you and you're also able to increase the speed of your practice and maintain the same 30 counts, you can do an alternative arm position, which is taking your palms on the opposite shoulder blades. Exhale and relax. When you're able to do 3 or 4 rounds of 30 exhalations each, then you can start to combine the rounds. Eventually, doing about 108 exhalations at one stretch in one arm position, or you can continue to change the arm positions as you do these 108 repetitions. So this is how we start from a very basic Kapalabhati practice and progress to an advanced level, combining with the anal contraction and changing the arm position, and also increased number of repetitions at one stretch.
Start from Uttanasana, raising your hands all the way up, stretching up, interlock your fingers, stretch up and come down from your hips. Reaching all the way down, catching hold of the back of your legs to pull yourself towards your knee. Coming up, releasing from the posture. Taking your left leg on the right pelvis. Catch hold of your left toes with your left hand. You're going to come down all the way into Ardha Baddha Padmottanasana. Now, if you cannot hold your toe, come down with both the hands, that's perfectly all right. Looking forward, releasing your legs, coming up. We're going to go to the next posture, which is Parshvottanasana. So you're going to spread your legs about 3 to 4 feet apart. Square your hips to face the front. Straighten both the knees out. And bending down, you're going to place your forehead on the front leg. Taking your hands behind to face away from you, if that's possible. That will deepen the stretch. If not, you can remain the first posture. Looking up. Now we're going to move into the wide-legged forward bend from here. Prasarita Padottanasana. So you're coming up, placing your hands on your hips. You're bending forward and trying to place the crown of your head on the mat. So your hands can be placed on the mat in front of you, or it can be placed on your hips, or you can place it, you can hook your toes with it, or you can interlock your fingers behind you and let it hang. So each of these postures will give you different benefits, so you can try all of them. Coming up, releasing from the posture.